take this opportunity to glorify him. Yesterday was his disappearance day. His farewell to him. On that very day of Guru Purnima. So he has chosen to enter into Vichalila. So although he has disappeared, especially for followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and like all of us who have some relation with Srila Gurudev, we know the prominence of the 6 Goswamis and also Sanatana Goswami specifically. He may have left, but practically the Gaudiyas in their life, he has very strong influence. He is considered as the Sambandha Acharya. You won't be able to speak about the philosophy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu if you don't really know like all these teachings of Sanatana Goswami. Or we can say that through Sanatana Goswami, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually established all these important teachings specifically on Sambandha. When we speak of Sambandha, we're talking about all the answers or the truths to the question of like, who am I, who is Bhagavan, what is this material world, what's the relationship of all these tattvas. So there's a very important section in our Chaitanya Charitamrita. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Guru Srila Gurudev said there's some very important like jewels in this book that if they're not there, it will not make, this Chaitanya Charitamrita will not be the same as it is. So one of those jewels is the Sanatana Shiksha, Mahaprabhu's teachings to Sanatana Goswami. And this answers like all important questions. What is the Jiva? Who is the Jiva? That we are Krishna's eternal servants. We are from Tatastha Shakti. And there also it explains even all the different manifestations. There's all the discussions of Mahaprabhu telling all different avatars. And ultimately it ended with the discussion on the Atmaram verse. Mahaprabhu described this Atmaram verse also to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He gave like, I think, 18 definitions. But then to Sanatana Goswami, he gave more than 60. I think 64 or 61 explanations. Not even touching those explanations to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So, anyhow, Sanatana Goswami, we know he is very dear associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu himself honoring him so much. And we know he is very humble like Rupa Goswami. Everybody knows really Sanatana Goswami, we don't need to speak so much. I don't want to take so much time also. But we know that they've been engaged in the service of the Muslim. And because of this, they have this actual like humility that, we're not even devotees, we're not even like deserving to be honored as like part of the Varnashram system. Because we've been engaged in service of the Muslim. But Mahaprabhu is showing so much honor actually to Sanatana Goswami. When they first met, now we know Nitya Leela of Mahaprabhu, we say like some glimpses of the eternal pastimes of Mahaprabhu you can see in Vrindavan. But then in Navadvip, all these leelas of Mahaprabhu doing kirtan. But then we have to understand, like, look, in these leelas, Goswamis are not there. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they were never there in those kirtans like this. So, shall we say they're not part of the Nitya Leela? Like, no, actually they're part of the Nitya, but in this particular pastime here, when Mahaprabhu came to this world, it's part of this lila that they only came into Mahaprabhu's pastime only after when Mahaprabhu took sannyas. But they're eternal associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in fact, they are actually the most, we can say, very prominent and very dear associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that's why we honor them. Like Rupa Goswami, we honor him as the Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Stapakam. Like he is the one who established the innermost desire of Mahaprabhu, this world. So they fulfill actually what Mahaprabhu wanted to be taught in this world. So anyhow, when Mahaprabhu first met them, that was when Mahaprabhu, in his second tour, first one was South India. Second, when he wanted actually to go to Vrindavan, but he passed by Bengal. And that was the time when he reached Ramkeli, he met with Sanatana and Rupa. And also then, that time, Jiva Goswami, a little boy, like baby, was also like offered to Mahaprabhu. That was the time when they met. And from that time, then the inspiration, Mahaprabhu giving order that they should go to Vrindavan. And that's why later on, Rupa first escaped, Sanatana Goswami stayed, and he was captured, he was in prison. But then later on he escaped, and then he also tried to join Rupa in Vrindavan. First, he passed by in Varanasi, and that's where he met Mahaprabhu. Later on, following order of Mahaprabhu, Rupa and Sanatana, they stayed in Vrindavan. But then, later on also, they spent some time visiting Mahaprabhu, so we can also see Rupa going to Puri, for some time staying with Mahaprabhu. Sanatana Goswami also going to Puri, and staying some time with Mahaprabhu. And where he stays? With Haridas Thakur. We know that time when they were in Puri, Rupa or Sanatana would not even go past the main road because he would feel that, like why I disturb all these servants of Jagannath. They don't want even to step on their shadow. They're that humble. When Mahaprabhu invited Sanatana Goswami to come to the place like now to Gopinath, he did not pass by that main road where there's more shade. He passed by the road which is very hot. And therefore you know what happened, his foot is burnt from the heat. So this is like his nature. But Mahaprabhu honors Sanatana Goswami so much. Every time he meets Sanatana Goswami, he would embrace Sanatana Goswami. We know that time also Sanatana Goswami had this skin disease. Somehow from his travel, he contracted some skin disease. He had all these boils and they're all having pus and blood. But Mahaprabhu would not care. He would embrace Sanatana Goswami. And therefore Sanatana Goswami would become so disturbed or feel so bad that, why I'm causing offense to Mahaprabhu, especially to the devotees. The devotees, they become disturbed also, like, why Mahaprabhu embracing now his body be touched by all this blood and pus. He wanted even to give up his life by becoming crushed by the wrath of Jagannath. But Mahaprabhu himself, telling to Sanatana Goswami, chastising him, telling him, like this body is mine. You've given your body to me. How you can decide to end this body on your own? Mahaprabhu chastising him and actually removing that disease. But here Mahaprabhu showing so much affection. So why? Because really they're very dear associates of Mahaprabhu, eternal associates. In Krishna Lila, he said Sanatana Goswami is Lavanga Manjari. And like the rest of the Goswamis, they're all Manjari, very dear maid servants. Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari. So They're very dear associates. The Manjaris, they're performing all the very intimate services that the other associates cannot do. In the same way now in Mahaprabhu Leela, all these Manjaris are also doing those very intimate, the very heart service, fulfilling the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the desire of Mahaprabhu for this world. Two things, Mahaprabhu himself wanted to relish the love of Radharani, at the same time he wanted to distribute this Rajmar. So, all this, they're fulfilled. These Goswamis are fulfilled. Sanatana Goswami specifically, he is considered our Sambandha Acharya. He has written everything about helping the Jivas understand our Sambandha. So he has written very important book like Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Srila Gurudev. We always discuss about this. He has also established so many deities. Not just Madan Mohan, of course we know Madan Mohan established by, but many deities in Braj, they were established by Sanatana Goswami. Like in Nandagaon, those deities of Nanda Baba, Madhya Yashoda, Krishna Balaram, in the house of Krishna. That is all established by Sanatana Goswami. So, yesterday was his disappearance. So therefore, we are remembering him, we're praying. From his early life, he was already so devotee. He would sleep with Srimad Bhagavatam. And like Rupa Goswami in their own village, they established the whole village like Braj. So although we say, they help with the Muslim, or they serve with the Muslims, but during that time, they actually have engaged so much seva, helping not just themselves, but everyone be absorbed in Braj pastimes. They have Radhakun, Shamakun in their area. So, and they're showing example. They're doing themselves very strong, like Dharmurashcharan, all these vows to chant, like mantras and harinam. And specifically when Mahaprabhu came, then fully they dedicated their life and staying only in Braj. So we honoring them, remembering them, we can pray that by his blessing, then we can be like he's giving sambandha, so he can establish this eternal relationship. Starting with our Gurudev, like yesterday was Guru Purnima, and through this family of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and ultimately into service of Sri Radha and Krishna. So, although he has disappeared, that's only physically, but up to now his presence is there. Every time you open his books, you hear the lectures of our Guru Varga, then he will always be there because his teachings is very much alive to them. Today also the disappearance of Prabodhananda Saraswati. Like Sanatana Goswami, he may have left, but up to now, and actually we have not seen Sanatana Goswami, we have not seen Prabodhananda Saraswati. But through their books, and through the devotees who know them, who have realized their books, then we can appreciate how great these personalities are. So, Prabodhananda Saraswati has written all these important books. We're singing many important songs, glorification of Srimati Radharani. This Radha Rasa Sudarinidhi, you cannot find a book like that. This itself, that's why it's called Radha Rasa Sudarinidhi, the pure treasure of Radha Rasa, the mellows of Srimati Radharani. Not just that, Vrindavan Mahimamrita, all Gaudias, they're praising so much this Vrindavan. Unfortunately, this Vrindavan Mahimamrita, that is supposedly 100 satakas, like 100 sets of 100 verses. But right now there's only 22 chapters or 2200 verses. Like many have not been available now after some time. But that's not all his writings. It's written also in Navadip Sataka. It said, and there's also Chaitanya Chandramrita, 108 verses glorifying Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has written many of his works. If you're reading them, then somehow, then you can understand the personality. And some inspiration is there that, I want to have that kind of mood, or all this devotion that they have. So today we're also offering our humble obeisances and prayers to Prabodhananda Saraswati.
ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय भक्तभक्ताय नमो नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुवरं श्रीरूपानुगप्रभुं वज्रास्रस्थितं च नमामि श्रीगुरुचरणं वन्दे रूपानुगभक्तिं च जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्तवृंद जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे First of all, I offer my Shastra Dhamma. The Lord is spirit of our spiritual masters. Jai Shri Bhakti Shri Jai Shri Bhakti Shri Amri Sanatana Shri all the assembled Vaishnavas and missionaries, so yesterday was the disappearance day of Sanatana Goswami, the appearance day of Vyasadeva. Also, one devotee was telling me that yesterday was also the appearance day of one disciple of Prabhupada, Pujyapad, Bhakti Sagar Goswami Maharaj. As you see, our family of Prabhupada is so huge, is so big. Prabhupada made so many disciples, and he has so many grand disciples, great grand disciples. Everywhere, this huge family of Prabhupada. So when we see every day or the other days, either the appearance or disappearance of one of his disciples. And today also is the disappearance day of Prabodhananda Saraswati. So yesterday we heard this katha. How Brahma, he was thinking that all the jivas, they're only eating each other. Jivas so bhajanam. So he was thinking, how can I benefit the jivas? So then he started chanting this Omkar and this clean beach mantra. So when he started chanting this Omkar and clean beach mantra, then what happened? Bhagavan gave darshan. And he said that through you will manifest all the scriptures. And then he spoke the Chatushloki Bhagavad to Brahma. If you see in the Ashtadas Puranas, even the Bhagavad Purana is there actually. That is the 18th Purana. So here the question arises that Vyasadeva had written the 18 Puranas also, the Ashtadas Puranas, Upapuranas, everything. The 108 Upanishads and everything else. So then why was he still feeling unsatisfied, dissatisfied? Then Narad Rishi came and told him that you haven't written the Bhagavad. But actually you see here, Bhagavad is the 18th Purana, is the Ashtadas Purana. So here the question arises then. And if he's already written the Bhagavatam, then why is he still feeling unhappy? Because this Bhagavatam is actually Chatushloki Bhagavatam. Here only the 4 original verses of the Bhagavatam are present in this Ashtadas Purana, 18th Purana, not the entire Bhagavatam itself. So then Vyasadeva, he wrote the entire Bhagavatam. And if you see in the Bhagavatam also, there were so many different recitations. Like we see the Shivji, he spoke the Bhagavad to Parvati Devi. And Sukadeva Goswami spoke the Bhagavad to Parikshit. And Sutta Goswami spoke the Bhagavad to Saumakashi. And Gokarna, he spoke the Bhagavad to this Dindukari, is mentioned in the Padma Purana. If you see then, Vyasadeva, why is he even written Sutta Vacha then? Because normally we can understand that he was in the assembly there of Sukadeva Goswami, and more than 80,000 rishis had come. So then why did he mention Sukadeva Goswami there speaking about it? Because there you see, so many shlokas are mentioned there. Sukadeva Goswami speaking about Bhagavatam, so many Rishi and the others. Because this is also part of the Bhagavatam. Although Sukadeva Goswami spoke it later, it is also part. Like we say in the Bhagavad Gita, Gita itself means Gita Upanishad, the instructions that Krishna spoke to Arjuna. But we see in the very first sloka of the Gita, this Dhritarashtra Vacha, Dharma Kshetriya Kurukshetriya, and this Mamaka Pandavasya, Kim Makurvata Sanjaya. Who spoke this? This Dhritarashtra spoke to Sanjaya. But the first 17, 18 shlokas, even Duryodhana has spoken some shlokas there in the Gita, if you see. Duryodhana, he told Bhishma, just see, these same warriors who have been trained by you, the Pandavas, like Bhim, Nakul, Arjuna, and then he looked at Drona and he said, your own disciple, this Dhritarashtra, see how they are commanding the Pandava army. So how can one wonder, how can these verses spoken by Duryodhana be part of the Bhagavad Gita then? Bhagavad Gita means only verses Krishna spoke. Because we see, if like there's a huge salty ocean, and if you add some sweets inside that salty ocean, those sweets also become salty. Similarly, there's this huge ocean of nectar that Krishna spoke to Arjuna, Gita-amrit. And all the other verses spoken by Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, they're like salt. But still, when they mix with this nectarian ocean, they also become Purnamrit. Similarly, all these verses may not be part of the original scripture, but because they're like, in Hindi they say Prastavna, like Bhumika, like the preface, the foreword. Like the preface of the foreword is not part of the original text, but still it becomes one with the original text. Because anyhow, it is included there. So similarly here, Vyasadeva is included all their words also there in the Bhagavatam, in the Gita, in this way. Then ultimately you see, the essence of Vyasadeva's scriptures is what? Is this Nigama Kalpa Toror Kalitam Pharam, Sukhamukha Amrita Drava Samyitam, Pibata Bhagavata Rasamadayam, Muguraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavuka. You see, this is like Nigama Kalpa Toror Kalitam Pharam, Sukhamukha Amrita Drava Samyitam. This fruit has appeared from this tree. Nigama, Agama, Tantra Shastra, all these different branches of the Vedas, they're like a huge tree. But where is the rasa? This rasa is the Bhagavatam. And this Bhagavatam has no skin, it has no fiber, it has no seeds. So then if that's the case, if the fruit falls, and it's also being tasted by Sukadeva Goswami, like Sukhamukha Drava Samyitam. So if that's the case, then if the fruit falls from the branch, then it will melt. How can it be held and contained? This is where our Amma and Guru Vani comes, this Guru Parampara comes. What do? They gently pluck this fruit and they pass it down from one hand to another. From one hand, and it's given to the rest of the world. This is called the Guru Parampara. The root of this Guru Parampara is Vyasadeva. He is passing down this fruit to all of his disciples. Like we heard yesterday, Vaishampayana, Jaimi, Paila, Sumanta, they only spoke on Dharma, the Kammoksha. They didn't speak on anything very high. Dharma Niti, Shastra Niti, Rajniti, all these different nitis. But who will teach this Prem Niti? Dhai Akshar Prem ke, jo jane wahi pandit. Prem is 2.5 syllables, Dhai Akshar. Prema. One who knows these 2.5 syllables is realizing these 2.5 syllables. He is a pandit. He is a scholar. So one doesn't know this and everything is like useless. So therefore, Vyasadeva, he lit the foundation. And he manifested this 10th canto. Like you see, the Bhagavatam is like a 12-storied building. It has 12 cantos. So this building has 12 floors. And the 10th floor has 90 rooms. Because there are 90 chapters in the 10th canto. And these 90 rooms, they have 5 kunjas. What are those 5 kunjas? Gopi Geet, Pranay Geet, Yugal Geet, Venu Geet, and Brahma Geet. These are the 5 kunjas within those 90 rooms of the 12-story building. So these are the Panchapan of the Bhagavatam. And the Bhagavatam is the life of all the Vedic scriptures. So in this way, these 5 Panchaprans, They are the very lifeblood of all the Vedic scriptures. If they are not there, then all the Vedas are useless. No meaning whatsoever to the Vedas. So then one more question, in the first 9 cantos, were there so many histories of all the different kings, personalities like Prahlad, Dhruva and Ambarish Maharaj, so many different recitations, descriptions. Why? Because they are actually inducing this vairagya within you. This vairagya is gradually being induced within you. Because we hear that this Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha, this Bhagavati Ahituki Bhakti Jnanam Chatat Ahitukam. So here we say that Vasudevi Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitaha. So then this Bhakti Yoga comes and automatically this Gyan and Vairagya comes there. There's no need for it to try separately, but still, because the Jivas, their Adhikar is not so high, so the foundation is being laid in this way. So therefore, Vyasdev is the father of all scriptures, the Shastras. Without him, no one would have any Shastras. Because you see, all the books written by Rupa Goswami, they only complement the Bhagavatam. Like Ujjwal Neelamani, Vedantavada, Behad Bhagavatam. Without the Bhagavatam, these books would not even have any foundation. Therefore, Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam. Mahaprabhu said, this is Amal Puran. He said, the Bhagavatam is the authority for us. Therefore, all the Acharyas have given this commentary. Sanatana Goswami is taking the remnants of Sridhar Swami. Jiva Goswami is taking the remnants of his predecessor Acharyas. Chakravarti Thakur is taking the remnants of his predecessor Acharyas. And Mr. Swami Maharaj, Gurudev, they have taken the remnants of all the predecessor Acharyas and written this Bhagavatam for the benefit of mankind. This way, if all the scriptures would be lost as well, but the Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita remains, then everything remains. Everything is lost. So there's so much indebted to Vyasadeva. And also, like we've been hearing, yesterday was the disappearance of Sanatana Goswami. So if we really want to know the life of Sanatana Goswami in a nutshell, then Gurudev has given such a beautiful explanation on the 6th verse of Vilav Kusumanjali. Is Vairagya Bhakti Rasam Prayatne Apayamam Anubhim Samandam Kripam Buddhiryam Paradukka Dukhi Sanatanam Tam Prabhu Ashrayavati. This is one of the Mangalacharan verses of Vilav Kusumanjali. When Raghunath Das Goswami has offered his pranams to Sanatana Goswami, he said, Vairagya Bhakti Rasam Prayatne Apayamam Anubhim Samandam. Sir, I was unwilling to drink this Bhakti Ras, which is laced with Vairagya. Here, what is the meaning of Vairagya? Not just dry renunciation. It actually means Vishesh Rupena Anurag. This is the meaning of Vairagya. This Anurag is like, this Anurag naturally makes one detached. Then Kripam Buddhirya Paradukka Dukhi Sanatanam Tam Prabhu Ashrayam. And Sanatana Goswami, he's so much, he's an ocean of compassion for all the others. And I take shelter of this Sanatana Goswami. So we see here Raghunath Das Goswami, who is his Diksha Guru, is Yadunandan Acharya. And he has also prayed to his Diksha Gurus. It's very important to note here that we should never think that Raghunath Das Goswami neglected his Diksha Guru, Yadunandan Acharya. He has also prayed to him. Because we can never neglect anyone in this path of bhakti. We can never neglect anyone. Like you see, even the person who gives us the mantras, he's called Mantra Guru. How can you even neglect him? You're obliged to him as well. You can never neglect anyone in this world. Like sometimes some devotees, they're so shy to even mention the name of their Mantra Guru also sometimes. Saying, but still, at least like you must have some gratitude that he has given that mantra to you. So therefore, we see that Raghunath Das Goswami has shown how one must be grateful to every person in this path of bhakti. Or else one is ungrateful in this way. So therefore, he has also prayed to Yadunandan Acharya, but he has especially prayed to Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. And Sanatana Goswami, we see why. Because we see that when Raghunath Das Goswami, when Mahaprabhu left this world, and when Sarup Damodar Goswami, Gadadhar Pandit, when they all left this world, then we see that Raghunath Das Goswami had no shelter. And when he had no shelter, then what happened? He came to Vrindavan. Because he was thinking, I'll give up my life there in Vrindavan. I'll give up my life near Giriraj. Because if I give up my life there, at least my next life I may be born somewhere there. So when he came there to Yamuna, there he saw that Yamuna Devi was so dry, there was no water there as well. She was feeling so much separation herself. When he came to Giriraj, he saw Giriraj has shrunk so much. He was not even high like before. was called Uttunga. Uttunga means very lofty and high. Now he's not even high, now he becomes so small. So then when he was thinking what to do, then Sanatana Goswami said that Mahaprabhu has offered you to us. We are your elder brothers. Don't think about giving your life up. Because if that was the case, if you had to give up your life, then I would have also given up my life to achieve this prema. But Mahaprabhu said no. Because we know Sanatana Goswami, when he was passing through this Jharikand forest, he drank some water and he had these sores all over his body. Pus was coming out. Mahaprabhu used to embrace him so much. And Sanatana Goswami used to think that I'll give up my body underneath the wheels of the Jagannath chariot. Mahaprabhu said if that was the case, then I'd give up my life millions of times. I'd commit suicide millions of times. But this is not the case. Like during Gurudev's time, some devotees actually committed suicide. Like I've seen from my own eyes, one of my own brothers, he committed suicide also. A small boy, 13 or 12-year-old boy. So when they commit suicide this way, Gurudev said he was very angry actually with all these devotees. He said the Guru Varga had given them such a golden opportunity to advance in this line of Bhakti and they're giving up their lives. He said such person will have to suffer for so much time, he said, such people. But still we know Gurudev is causeless merciful. He'll also deliver such jivas also who take that decision. So Mahaprabhu, he told Sanatana Goswami, don't do this. And Sanatana Goswami, whatever he had heard from Mahaprabhu, he told the same thing to Raghunath Das Goswami also. And then we see that he built one kutir with his own hands for Raghunath Das Goswami on the banks of Radhakund. Because one day Sanatana Goswami, actually two instances he saw that when Das Goswami was sitting there on the banks of Radhakund, Radharani herself, she held her odani, her cloth on the head of Raghunath Das Goswami, protecting him from the heat. And one day he saw there were two tigers drinking water from Radhakund. And Krishna was personally standing behind them. And so then Sanatana Goswami, he said, no, I cannot tolerate to see this, cannot bear to see this. So he built on nice bhajan kuti for Das Goswami, which means to stay there. And then Raghunath Das Goswami would say that Sanatana Goswami, he is kripam buddhirya paradukka dukhi. He cannot tolerate the suffering of others. Therefore, he do this Govardhan Parikrama just to see me, Das Goswami would say. Because he has mamata for Sanatana Goswami. Saying he do this parikrama just to come and see me, just to pacify me. Because I am suffering so much in separation, he was so scared. Sanatana Goswami was really anxious that I would give up my life. So he would walk all the way from Vrindavan to Mathura, Mathura to Govardhan, and he would come and pacify me. He was called Bade Baba and Rupa Goswami was called Chote Baba. Now in this way. Like we see Sanatana Goswami, he had such a nice relationship with the Brajavasis. He would ask them, like, has your daughter been married? Has your cow given birth to a calf yet? All normal questions. Why? Because this way he's having sambandha with all these devotees. So this way Gurudev would give the same example and say that what business do I have in Mathura as well? Why should I stay in this Kansanagari, Mathura? I'd rather be staying there in Vrindavan. Like once Gurudev, he was speaking this Mangalacharan and like he remained silent for 1 minute. And then he said, I was lost there in the gullies of Vrindavan, he said. My Kogya, Vrindavan ki gali ho gayi, he said. I lost myself there. Even when someone asked him that once, that oh, you're going to so many different countries, don't you feel tired? He said, I am not going from one country to another. I am going from Kunjagali to Mangali, Mangali to Dangali, Dangali to Yamunagali. I am not going from one country to another. I am only going from one Gali of Vrindavan to another. So then why am I staying there in Mathura? Because there is the nature of a Vaishnava. He extends himself. Because the Bhaktaji was also fallen, they will not come. So the pure devotee, he reaches out to them. He extends himself and then he embraces them, takes them on the lap and then he nourishes them with his love and affection, with his prayer. So therefore, Sanatanam Tam Prabhu Mashrayami. I take shelter of this Sanatana Goswami. He is always nourishing me. Because we see Sanatana Goswami, the book he has written, Brihad Bhagavatamrit, is called Mool Goswami Granth. If you look at Sanatana Goswami's Samadhi, all the Goswami's Granthas have also been given Samadhi there. What is the reason? If you think about it deeply, you realize that all the Goswami, Jiva Goswami, he put all the Granthas there in Samadhi because the root of all the Granthas is Brihad Bhagavatamrit. The root, it is the root of Ujjwal Leelamani, root of Satsandarbha, Satkri Satvika, Hari Bhakti Vilas. Anything that has been written by the Goswamis, Vilap Kusmanjari, Brajavilas Thav, the root is there. So therefore, he placed all these Samadhis, like after making a copy there, Neil Sanatana Goswami Samadhi, acknowledging that he is like the root of all these Shastras. Therefore, he is Sanatanam Prabhumashrayam. So here the question arises in the previous verses and the later verses. Das Goswami has prayed to Rupa Goswami as Rupa Manjari. So here, why not pray to Sanatana Goswami as Lavanga Manjari? Why he has addressed him by his Sadak name, as Sanatana? Because not everything can be said in just one verse. Like we see, Uddhav was there with the gopis for like 6-8 months, but still only a few words have been described. Raya Ramananda Mahaprabhu, they discussed so many things, but Kaviraj Goswami has given the essence. Similarly here also, although Raghunath Das Goswami has prayed to Sanatana Goswami in his Sadhar form, still he is also acknowledging his Siddha form. Why? Because Seva Sadhaka Rupena, Siddha Rupena Chantari. Tadbhavala Prajalokanu Saratha. Tadbhavala Ipsulakarya Prajalokanu Saratha. This way, he is prayed in both forms, he is prayed, Siddha and Sadhar. So this way, in the 6th verse of Vilapa Pushpanjali, everything has been given in a nutshell. And all the glories of Sanatana Goswami. And as we've been hearing from Maharaj now, today is also the disappearance of Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur. His samadhi is right there in Kaliya Hrid. What is this Kaliya Hrid? It's called Nandini Hrid. Actually, Radharani's pond. Radharani used to be there with all her Sakhis. Therefore, he made his samadhi there. If anyone really wants to enter into Vrindavan, he can only get permission to enter into Vrindavan from Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur, not from anyone else. Why? He gives Prabodh. He gives this consolation to all the devotees feeling these pangs of separation, that I will guide you in this Vrindavan now. Like we see this Vrindavan Mahimamrit, he has written such wonderful glorifications. He said, even if I have a daughter, I'll sell that daughter in the open marketplace if I have to get some money to go to Vrindavan, he said. Even if my house is burning, let it burn, he said. So many nice verses written, describing his Nishtha there in Vrindavan. And he's also written Navadip Shatak. Like some Babajis say, that this is not written by Prabodhananda Saraswati. They say this is written by Bhakti Thakur, they say. Some Babaji is saying this. They say Bhakti Thakur, he just used the name of Prabodhananda Saraswati and he has written this Navadip Shatak. But if you look at the Shaili there of Navadip Shatak and Vrindavan Mahimamrit, they are so similar. Who could have written this except Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur himself? No one else could have written. So like this way there are these misconceptions. He has not even been to Navadip Dham, still he has written this Navadip Shatak. And if you go there to Samadhi, there you see the devotees there, they themselves will say that Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur and Prakashananda Saraswati are the same person. The Sevaks there themselves will say this. Oh yes, they are the same person. How is this possible? Prakashananda Saraswati, he was like a Mayavadi there in Kashi. And who is Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur? He is Tunga Vidya Sakhi herself. Said, Tunga Vidya Raje Yasit Sarva Shastra Vishadadaha Sayatit Prabodhananda Gaurokuna Saraswati. That same Tunga Vidya Sakhi has appeared as Prabodhananda Saraswati, Sarva Shastra Visharada, who has known all the Shastras, and Gaurokuna Saraswati. And he, especially by his words, his glorification of Mahaprabhu, are sung by all the devotees. Everyone, even politicians, they also know these verses. Like one day they invited this lady, this Hema Malini, to speak at one festival. And even she memorized one verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Like the first thing she ever said was Ananda Leela Maya Vigrahaya, Hema Gativa Chavisantaraya, Tasmai Mahaprema Pradaya, Shri Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste, Shri Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. You see, even in politician also, this lady, even she memorized this verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. And she spoke this verse before like she gave a lecture. So you see here how his words have touched everyone. Like every day we recite all these stutis, no? That Yatkinkari Shubhausha Kalu Kapurvani. Nityam Parasya Purushasya Sikanda Maule Tasya Kada Visani Devi Shubhavajayas Tatkeli Kunja Bhavanandana Marjanisha. When can I also be a stick in that broom which is used to clean the kunjas there? Zyo Brahma Rudra Shukanarada Vishmai Alakshitona Sasya Purushasya Pasya Sadhyo Vashikarana Chuna Mananta Shakti Tamvadi Vajja Padamanusarami. And then this other one, this Yasya Kata, this Yasya Kadapi or Sananchala Kelanota Danyati Dhanya Bhavadena Kritartamani Yogendra Durgamagate Madhusudanopi Tasya Namastu Vishabhanu Bhuvodishepi. That I'm offering direction to that, I'm offering my pronouns to that direction from which the wind is coming, from Srimati Radhika's Anchal, not even from her body, from the edge of her cloth. And when this breeze enters Krishna's nose, he falls unconscious on the ground there. And it flows across the water of Radha. And this verse especially, Gurudev, he loves quoting so much. This is like the verse he quotes so much of Prabodhananda Saraswati. This Venum karanniparitam skalitam shikandam prashtham chapitavasanam rajarajasuno yasya sara katakshaktada sara vimuchitasya tam radhika paricharami kadarasena. This one. Venum karanniparitam skalitam shikandam. When Radharani casts a sidelong glance, yasya kataksha sara ghata vimuchitasya, then the speak of feather from Krishna's head falls to the ground. And Madhumangal, he sees Krishna falling to the ground, he's saying, hey, what are you doing? Nanda Baba and Yashoda, they're looking at you, you don't have any shame. So, tam radhika paricharami kadarase. When can I offer my pranams in this way? When can I engage in that as a maid servant? This way. And also in Bhakti Ratnakar, if you see, there is this, end with this last slok. In Bhakti Ratnakar, Narari Chakravarti has given a very beautiful clarification. There he has said that who is Prabodhananda Saraswati? Param Vairagyam. He said that Param Vairagya Snehamurti Manohara Mahayogi Gita Nritya Bhadya Anupam. He said he is Param Vairagya. He is the embodiment of this Vishesh Rupena Anurag. Snehamurti Manohara. He has so much sneha, this vatsalya for all the devotees, and he is so beautiful to behold. Because he was like this Jiyar Swami, he was from this Madhakalai sect, like this form of Sri Vaishnavas who believe that you must do your sadhana especially before you depend on mercy of Krishna. And they said Mahayogi, he is especially the king of all yogis, he is Jyotiraj. And Nritya Gita Vadya Anupama. He is incomparable in playing instruments, Vadya. He is incomparable in singing songs, Gita. And he is incomparable in his dancing, Nritya. I offer my pranams to this Prabodhananda. Very wonderful books. This very exalted, intimate associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His samadhi is right there, Kaliyadaha. Whenever you have the opportunity, you can go there, offer pranams to him, and pray for this Unnatochara songs of Krishna. Jadavita Krishna.
Jai Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Jai Gosai Kari Charana Bandhan Javete Vignana Abhishta Puran Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Dayal Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare. Bolo Shri Guruji Maharaj ki Jai, Guru Parampara ki Jai, Ananta Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Sabar Sadguru ki Jai, Gaur Nityananda Prabhu ki Jai. Jai जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन देव की भक्त विघ्न विनाशक नृसिंह देव की भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की सर्वाभिष्ट प्रदा गिरिराज गोवर्धन देव की गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदनमोहन देव की ब्रजमंडल धाम की ब्रजवासी भक्त वृंद की ब्रजेश्वरी मधेश्वरी भुवनेश्वरी श्रीमती की ब्रजदेवीगण की चतुर्मास्य व्रत की प्रबोधानंद भक्त वृंद की समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदी।
So now we are observing this Chaturmasya Vrata. Now we are trying to follow this Vrata and remembering our Guru Varga. Yesterday was this Guru Purnima and was the appearance day of Vyasadeva, and this we prayed to the entire Guru Varga under the guidance of Vyasadeva. Why? Because during this time of Chaturmasya there is mantra upasana and there is Saraswati upasana. One chants this mantra, then every day we chant this Ishta mantra every day. If you don't know the Swarup also, if you don't know how to meditate, but if you chant this mantra, if you bathe nicely, and if you do Achaman, you put an asana and you remember the Guru Varga, and if you chant this mantra, you don't know anything. Sanatana Goswami, every day when you do this Govardhan Parikrama, at that time, one day, he fell unconscious in the middle of the day. Then he saw that these cowherd boys who were looking after the cows, they came and there they started fanning Sanatana Goswami. They sprinkled some drops of water on him. They started rendering service to him with so much love. So in Brihad Bhagavatamrita he has not mentioned his name, but he has said some devotee, some guru, some acharya, but he didn't say me. So that time, that cowherd boy, he was not even educated, but still he gave that mantra, saying, alright, chant this Gopal mantra. You chant this mantra, this Gopal mantra. He didn't know anything, how to chant this mantra, but still, should I chant there in the east, or in the west, or should I bathe? How should I chant this mantra? Should I be pure and chant? He didn't know anything. So he started chanting this mantra. Then in a few days, this boy became so competent. And he left everything and he went to Prayagraj. He left Govardhan, he went to Prayagraj. There you see, he had no... he was seeing how he served his Brahman Devata. How he went to Prague, he saw how this Brahmana saw the Shaligram. He was offering bhoga, applying tilak. And then, after staying for a few days there, he became the king, Gopkumar. And then he used to serve the sadhus, everyone. And then but then his mantra jap reduced when he became the king. So then the Guru had given him the mantra again. He came there and he said, hey, why are you not chanting this mantra? Why are you continue chanting this? Why have you stopped? Why have you become entangled in your duties as a king? And then again he reaches Jagannath Puri.
जगन्नाथपुर में जाके वहाँ का राजा का पुत्र नहीं था,
And then Jagannath Puri, the king had no son.
चला गया तो ये दूसरा राजा
So then he became the next king. After the king passed away, then he opened one place.
कोई भी आए
So much Mahaprasad was distributed. Millions would come, they can offer.
ये इतना व्यस्त
They can order Mahaprasad there.
राधे को काट जो नहीं करता,
He became so absorbed.
जगन्नाथ की सेवा करता,
He wouldn't do anything, he only served Jagannath.
छोड़े नहीं उनको,
But still they'd say, oh, you're the king, you have to do something.
आदेश निर्देश में करते
So, and without his orders, they won't do anything. Then again his guru came to him.
जाकर बोलते हैं
And then he told him, why are you not chanting your mantra? Chant your mantra.
मंत्र को छूना नहीं,
Don't stop your mantra. Continue chanting your mantra.
फिर मंत्र करते करते सीधा पहुंच गया
And then again he reached all the way to Sargalok.
इंद्र कर्म के द्वारा पतित हो गया तो वो इंद्र बन गया,
And then he became Indra there after the other Indra
देवेंद्र बना,
fell from his position.
सब लोग को
And when he became Devendra,
सब भक्त बना, भक्ति,
and then he started preaching this bhakti everywhere.
ये सब एक्स मौज नहीं,
And then he's not enjoying anymore. And then Nandan Kanan.
हाँ, भोग करना नहीं, सबको भक्त बनाना,
And then he was again enjoying there
यहीं तक
in heaven. And then his guru came and he said, hey, you're wasting your time.
मंत्र कर,
You become Indra again, chant your mantra. And then he look at his mantra there again.
कहते हैं
So there he said,
यदि गुरु से मंत्र मिला,
if I receive this mantra from Shri Guru,
क्या है?
what is this mantra?
साक्षात भगवत प्रणीत,
Varmatu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranita.
मंत्र क्या है? जो मंत्र सो गुरु,
And what is this mantra?
जो गुरु सो स्वयं भगवान,
That mantra is not different from Bhagavan himself.
ये मंत्र का यदि जप करे, चाहे
You chant this mantra, then wherever you go, you'll get this siddhi.
जप करना है,
Must have chant this mantra, must not forget this mantra.
कुछ मिल गया तो फिर हमसे सिद्धि हो गई, ऐसा नहीं।
So then how will you forget this, then
तो भी अगर उनको कहने
how will you get siddhi? So his guru again went to meet Gopkumar in Sarga. He said, why are you not chanting this mantra? And again started chanting this mantra.
ब्रह्मलोक, शिवलोक,
And then he went to this Brahmalok, Shivalok, Vaikuntha,
मथुरा,
Dwaraka, Mathura. He went all the way to this Nitya Vrindavan.
छोड़ेंगे नहीं,
And then his guru was, wherever he went, his guru was always following him. He wouldn't leave him. So when Chaturmasya begins, at that time,
100 साल मंत्र का जप करे तो
if you chant mantra for another 100 years,
चातुर्मास्य में
that same fruit of chanting the mantras for 100 years, if you chant that same mantra and during this 4-month period of Chaturmasya, in satsang, in the dham, if you just for one day you chant, then you get that same fruit of chanting the mantra for 100 years elsewhere. And Vyas, Guru, he'll take responsibility for you.
शक्ति दे दिया,
Galde Prabhu, he gives this Shakti.
कलयुग में नित्यानंद प्रभु आए,
Kali Yuga Nityananda Prabhu
तो
came.
महाप्रभु ने उनको भेज दिया, जाओ
Mahaprabhu, he sent him there, go
सब जगह जाओ, प्रचार करो,
and preach everywhere.
केवल सन्यासी बनकर एक जगह रहने से नहीं,
Just being a sannyasi will not to go and preach everywhere.
प्रचार करने लगे तो
So he started preaching everywhere.
जहाँ जाते
So wherever he would go, he would do this Hari
3
Kirtan.
महीना 3
For 3 months, 3 nights, a day and night they do Kirtan. And everyone would be lost in that ecstasy of that Kirtan.
धर्म से मन धर्म से अधिक
They become transcendental to this body, mind, dharma of the body and mind.
इतना प्रभाव है,
For Chaturmasya has such influence, such potency. When Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami were in he made Sanatana Goswami the Prime Minister and Rupa Goswami the Private Secretary. But still they did not stop their chanting. They would invite all the Brahmins and
कीर्तन कथा सत्र सब एक साथ बैठकर जप करना,
everyone would sit together and chant japa. Because
बड़ा कठिन है,
to chant this mantra alone is very difficult.
देवता लोग बाधा नहीं,
Because the devatas, they'll give many problems.
करने नहीं देंगे,
So they won't let you chant the mantra.
ये सब संत मंडली बैठ गए,
So therefore,
हो गया,
all the devotees were together do kirtan
जप करना बैठ,
and they start chanting this japa, this mantra.
अपने भगवान के जो मंत्र हैं,
And they say this Purasharan would be taking place, means chanting a mantra fixed number of times.
प्रतिदिन जप करना,
And they say every time you chant this mantra, then you realize the worshipable deity of the mantra.
जब हम बैठते हैं,
But when we sit alone, when you say an idle mind is devil's workshop, he will not take us to our mantra devata. He will take us somewhere else. You go here, you go there. Because there are 33 million demigods. And he's stepping on our heads and he's going to Vaikuntha. So we'll have to pull him down to this material realm again. And they don't leave anyone. The rishis, brahmashis, tapasis, anyone. So in the association of the devotees, when they chant this mantra, then everyone was chanting this mantra together. At that time, Sanatana Goswami started his Purascharan. Then the king, he found out. So why are you not coming for your duties? He said, oh, I am sick, he said. The Radha said, the doctor said he's okay. Then the king himself came there, saying, you're my elder brother, you left all your duties, who will look after this kingdom? I have to go conquer so many other places. I plunder, I pillage. So who will look after the kingdom? So you're my elder brother, you have to look after the kingdom. You're sitting inside the house, then what will happen? So Sanatana Goswami said, no, I can no longer do this anymore. No, you give this position to someone else. I don't care, he said. No, just give me this leave of absence, I'm leaving. He said, no, I can never leave you. You go for this war with me or you look after the kingdom. He said, no, I'll not come with you. He said, you see what I'll do to you, I'll punish you, I'll put you inside this prison. And wherever he was there, the soldiers were everywhere, so that he could not escape. Sanatana Goswami was staying there. And Rupa Goswami, he had left home earlier. And then he sent one letter that he also kept 10,000 gold coins with some merchant there. That if my elder brother needs this money, then give it to him. So then the king had imprisoned Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami told the jailer, hey brother, I put you in this place, I gave you this job, so you indebted to me. Now let me go now. I'll go to Mecca, Medina, I'll become a Muslim mendicant, leave me now. He said, if I leave you, then he'll destroy my entire family. Or just tell the king that he went in the river. He went to bathe there in the river, and he got swept away by the river. He said, I cannot do this. He said, don't worry, your Allah will protect you. Just let me go and I'll be a mendicant there in Mecca. He said, no. So then I gave him another 5,000 more gold coins. Here, take everything, he said. Still didn't agree. Then he gave him 10,000 more. Then he gave him all the money that he had. So then, in the middle of the night, he said, just take me there. I'll swim across the Ganga, I'll never come back. And just say that he got swept away by the Ganga, by the river. So now we taken all the money from Sanatana Goswami. And when he was crossing the Ganga, they saw there was a huge forest there. Because when coming from Malda, there is Sonpur. And then from Sonpur, there's only forest everywhere. And then Sevak said, Ishan, oh, I'll come with you also, don't leave me. So he also came with Sanatana Goswami. When they entered the forest, it was a very cold day. He didn't have any clothes, nothing. And they have all in this blanket, very expensive blanket. They use this. No, he was using actually this blanket that the Muslims wear in the cemetery, the Qabristan. So then he was passing through the forest, many different animals were there. And then meanwhile he saw one person, he came with a lantern. And he came and he said, oh, it's a very hot day, where are you going now? These animals will eat you. Oh, we have an ashram here, you can rest. can go in the morning. And Sanatana Goswami, he took both of them and he went there. And he heated the water. And then he put the bed, made the bed ready for him. He made everything ready. And he said, something is wrong here. He said, why is this person who's unknown to us, why is he looking after us so nicely? So surely he has something. And he asked the Sevak, oh, why is this person looking after us so nicely? What is the reason? What do you have? Tell me the truth. Oh, I have 8 gold coins, he said. Then he said, give me that gold. And then he gave it to that leader of all the dacoits. And then he gave it to him because he was the prime minister. He knew that these people are very evil. So he said, oh, take everything away, just let us go across the forest. We will not stay here, you let us leave, we'll go there. Then the king, that leader of all dacoits, he said, oh, you're very intelligent. You gave it in the first place. Or else I would have killed you in the middle of the night. This is what we do for a living. Because I have one person who knows astrology. He knows how many people have got too much. So I know you have 9 gold coins. You gave me 8, but 1 is remaining. Alright, you take that 1 gold coin, no problem. And Sanatana Goswami said, alright, let us go. He said, no, eat something. No, he said, no, we don't want to rest. Then he left the forest. Then Sanatana Goswami asked his Sevak that, why did you hide this from me? You have 9 coins. Why did you say 8? Where is the other coin? He said, I have. So you don't have faith in Bhagavan that he'll look after us? You have faith in this? So now go away from here. No, you cannot come with me anymore. So then he sent him away from there. Then you see there, he was crying, don't leave me, but he left him away. Because if you have no faith, then what will he do? Then he'll create many problems then. He's saying, oh, I need something to eat, I need something to sleep. And he's saying, I'm going to do bhajan there, and there's one person who's always troubling you for his maintenance, and all your life will be destroyed only to maintain that person. So he sent him away from there. Sent Ishan. So and then he came there to Sonpur. There was a huge festival of animals. They're selling many animals there as cattle. So there his brother-in-law was also there, Sri Kanto. He used to buy like many horses and cows, camels for the king. So he was standing on the tower there and he saw one mendicant. He had a long beard because he was in the prison for so many days. And he was wearing very minimal clothing. And it was a cold day, he had nothing to wrap himself. He said, now I'm going to Vrindavan, now I will not come back. So he gave him a nice blanket, very expensive blanket, because you see Western India is more cold than Eastern India. So then when he came to Varanasi, then Mahaprabhu, he was there in the house of Tapan Mishra. There were many scholars there, and they came there during Kirtan. They were all there. Mahaprabhu, he said, that a very nice saint sadhu has come. He's waiting at the door, call him here. And Tapan Mishra, he said there was no one there outside. Then Mahaprabhu said, there's no one here. There's only one mendicant here. And he said, call him here. Then Mahaprabhu, he said, go and appear nicely, shave yourself. So when he bathed there in the Ganga, and he threw his chadra, everything away. And then he had a bath, and then he came there. He came with a small cloth. Then he told Tapan Mishra that he gave him some clothes. So he got him some nice clothes. He said, no, I don't want this. Just give me some old cloth that you've used. I will use that to cover myself. I won't use any new clothes. So when I come in the streets as a pir fakir, I will not enjoy anymore. No, I'm just a beggar here. And they gave him a cloth. And then he used one piece as a chadar and one to cover himself. He made 2 pieces of cloth. And he also made one door open from that. And he still had this blanket. And he shaved and he came. He was clean shaved. And Tapan Mishra gave him this kantimala. When he sat down, he had Mahaprasad. And Mahaprabhu was looking at that blanket, saying, oh, you're sadhu and still you're wearing this expensive blanket. Why are you wearing such an expensive blanket? Wandering everywhere. And again he went on the banks of the Ganga. And there's this Gudri. You see these beggars, they use like one own quilt. He said, give me your quilt and take my blanket. Then he said, oh, why are you joking with me in this way? You're a respectable person. So then by force he took his old quilt and he gave his blanket to him. Then Mahaprabhu became very happy. This is how sadhu should be. The sadhu is wearing silken clothes, he's wearing gold, jewels, he's wearing a nose ring, earring. Then why is he become a sadhu? And he wants to enjoy in this way. Then Mahaprabhu saw him this way, became very happy. This is good for a sadhu. So he kept there, he kept still Mahaprabhu for 2 months there in Kashi. And Mahaprabhu gave him the Sambandh Gyan there, Sanatana Siksha. He told him how to meet Bhagavan. Then he asked him, okay, who am I? Why am I suffering by these threefold miseries? Where have I come from? Where will I go after death? He asked many questions. What is my duty? Why are these threefold miseries afflicting me so much? Who am I? What is my samandha with Bhagavan in this material world? I'm only suffering here, so how can I cross this material world? Mahaprabhu, for 2 months, he explained this Sambandha Abhidaya Prayojan Tattva to him. And then he said, no, go to Braj, stay there and do bhajan. And you write this Vaishnava Smriti, all these granthas. So I'll forget everything after 2 months, I won't remember. Mahaprabhu said, if you remember me, why will you forget? You'll remember everything if you remember me. Everything will always be present with you. This is Samandha. For how much time do you remember the sadhus and Bhagavan? Or else 24 hours a day, who are you remembering? You're remembering family, friends, society, since in millions of lifetimes. You see, when you fall asleep, you see the entire world will come in your dreams. All the animals, all the gods, goddesses, they'll all come. Life after life. Only they'll appear in your dreams. And when you're awake, you'll only remember your relatives, he, her. So how much, for how long are we remembering Prabhu? So he told Sanatana Goswami, if you want to remember everything, then you remember me. Therefore, just taking Guru Mantra will not do. You have to remember Guru as well. You have to stay with him by body, mind. And what to speak of by your soul?
तो साक्षात्कार तभी तो होगा।
Then you realize your own self.
आके
So when
क्या
Sadhana
देखा?
Goswami came to Vrindavan, then what did he say?
ऐसी भूमि है,
He saw Vrindavan is Aprakrit Bhumi. This is Yamuna Ji, Govardhan,
और ब्रज के द्वादश वन उपवन,
and the 12 forests, sub-forests in Vrindavan.
माया तो गया,
And here you see,
भगवत
forgot Maya, now he's only remembering Bhagavan. It's Bhagavad Smriti.
तो आपने क्या
And then what Mahaprabhu said, he said,
तो शास्त्र कहाँ से लाएंगे?
what are you writing? You'll have to give proof. So then where will he get this Vedant Puran? That time there were not even so many granthas. So then he told Sanatana Goswami, he said, you remember Vyasadev for anything you need.
अभी ये श्लोक कुछ लिखा, इसे श्लोक और प्रमाण कहाँ से आएगा? वैसे तो स्मरण
You remember Vyasadev will get this Pranam, Praman evidence.
इतने नंबर में
And then you say, oh, in Skanda Puran here, there, so many shlokas there.
जो लिखना है स्मृति के बाद जो नियम सब कुछ वैसे वैसे जी ने सब सामने
And they say, all this
लेकिन उनका तो घर में
rules and regulations appear in front of him.
रहने का
Else he didn't have any house also to stay.
बारांदा में कभी
Sometimes he's staying under different trees, somewhere in his bhajan kutir, sometimes in different houses of Rajvasis.
जाड़े में गर्मी में सर्दी में
So wherever he stayed in the summer, winter, how will he clothe himself?
भोजन का व्यवस्था नहीं,
No place to even eat.
किंतु सारे ब्रजवासी
But still all the Rajvasis, they would look after him. They would dress him as Bade Baba, Siddha Baba,
आदर सम्मान
and they would respect him so much.
नहीं ब्राह्मण के घर में माधुकुरी एक तो
Send him to Madhukari in the house of the Brahmins. They do the stool bhiksha. They say he would spend his entire life in Braj.
किंतु कभी इच्छा हुई
But one time,
सर मिलने के लिए
when he had a desire to go to Mahaprabhu, meet him,
जगन्नाथपुरी
then he went to Jagannath Puri there.
महीना
He stayed for 10 months there with Mahaprabhu. Stayed there with him.
फिर वहाँ से
And then from there, Mahaprabhu, he sent him to Braj.
में आया तो
When he came to Braj, what did he say?
वृंदावन से मथुरा जाते
He went from Vrindavan to Mathura, and then Mathura to Govardhan.
तो मथुरा में
And there in Mathura, in the morning,
सुबह के घर में
he went to the house of one Chobe lady.
एक ठाकुर जी हैं,
There there's one Thakurji, Madan Gopal.
सेवा करते हैं
She used to serve this Madan Gopal.
सुबह सुबह दातुन करते हैं
And every day in the morning, she would chew her this neem twig.
पेट सेवा किया
And she would stir this khichdi. With one end of the twig, she would stir it, and one the other end, she would chew on it.
थाली में दे दिया
And then she would put this khichdi on the plate to her son. She say, here,
तो बुरा था
can offer it there.
उसका नाम था सदन
So she had one son called Sadan, the other was Madan. And Sadan would call Madan, hey Madan, come and eat this khichdi. Mother has made it for us. We should eat alone. You will sit and eat with me.
इनको भी तो पहले खिलाना है तब मैं खाऊंगा ना
If you are staying in my house, I'll have to feed you also. Then
आता
I'll eat.
बस गरम खिचड़ी ओ
And the two boys, they would eat this hot khichdi. Their fingers are burning, but still
फूक मार के जैसे
they're blowing on it and they're eating it, both of them, so happily. And Sanatana Goswami is saying,
बच्चे तो मंदिर में ही तब
and he said, oh, there's no diksha, no mantra tantra, nothing. Still she's cooking.
उनको बुलाया आजा
And then you see this boy is calling Madan and he's coming and he's sitting there.
जहाँ प्रेम है ना
So where there's prem,
इसलिए एक मंत्रोपासना
therefore there's mantra-upasana and there's sarasiki upasana.
उसको विश्वास है
So then she has faith.
मेरे को भूख लगती है तो
By the morning when I'm very hungry,
भूख लगती है
then Thakurji is also feeling very hungry.
खिलाना है
So I'll have to feed Thakurji as well. I will not eat alone.
अब सनातन धर्म में देख रहे
And Sanatana Goswami is looking at everything. And he's saying, what is need of this mantra japa tantra,
हैं आप ब्रदर
for this sadhan, vrata, homa, tyak, tapasya? If there's no prem, then what is the use? Without prem, you will not get this Nandalal, son of Nanda. So every day he would say this. And one day he told the Chobin,
आप सुबह सुबह
oh mother, every day
कहती है
you're brushing your teeth and you're stirring the khichdi.
कम से कम हाथ धो के बर्तन मार के पवित्र करके बनाया करो
At least you should bathe and
ये तो क्या है
then you should go.
तो उनके हृदय में भी है
Because Paramatma is also in the hearts of the sun. He didn't say Madan is God. So it still is a boy, still. So she went the other day, she bathed in the Yamuna and she started cleaning the pots. And the two boys started crying so much. Sanatana Goswami, they called Sanatana Goswami, what, Baba, what have you said to her?
तो बूढ़े आदमी हैं, भूख नहीं
Oh, you're an old man, you don't feel hungry. We are young boys, we're so hungry. And they're saying, when will she feed us? When will she feed us?
इसलिए कहते हैं एक होता है भाव
So therefore there is this Bhav Seva, and then there is this Tapasya that one renders. In Tapasya there is no Sambandha. So another saying where is Sambandha? He said, oh mother, no need to bathe, don't do anything, just cook as you were doing before. These boys are weeping, I cannot see all of this. And again she'd cook, and then they'd come and eat everything. She didn't know that my son is eating, and also this mother is coming and eating. You know, both these boys would start playing. They play Gilli Danda. And there was one condition there. If I lose, then you'll have to, I'll take you on my shoulders, and if you lose, you'll have to carry me on your shoulders. So first Sadan lost, and then he'd take Madan on his shoulders and carry me. And then Madan lost, then Sadan said, hey, carry me on your shoulder. Then Madan, he would run away from there. He said, hey, where are you going? Come back here. He'd go hide in the altar there. Then the Pujari would look at the boy and say, hey, why are you coming here? Pujari cannot see Madan. But this boy is seeing, and then he'd send the boy away. And his mother said, okay, tomorrow you come, I'll see. He said, today you entered inside the temple, you become Murti. Now come, tomorrow when you feel hungry, then you see what I'll do. And Sanatana Goswami is seeing all of this. Neither is the Pujari seeing, nor is the Choban. Therefore, Bhagavan will only be seen, realized, when you chant these mantras, when you meditate on the mantras, when you meditate on Sri Guru, then you will have this Sakshatkar. Everyone, Bhagavan is front of everyone. They'll only see this, they cannot see that it's Bhagavan himself. Then Sanatana Goswami, when he went to Giriraj, see Giriraj himself would appear in front of him. And then one day Madan told him, Baba, now I'll go with you. Saying, I don't have any house, anything, where will you stay? He said, where will you stay? I'll also stay there. And what will you eat? I only do madhukari. I only eat what you feed me. And he said, alright, how will I go with you? At least you bring some chariot, some palanquin for me. He said, oh, I'm Babaji, I have nothing. He's saying, oh, well, if you can talk, you can also walk. Then, anyhow, Madan Mohan followed him from behind. And there near Kaliyada, he established him there on this Dadashaditya Tila. And he established a nice singhasan made out of stones, 3 stones, and then he established Madan there, Madan Mohan. And then he do some madhukari, drink some atta, and then he wash it in water of the Yamuna, make some bati, and then he would give that bati, saying, eat this. He said, at least give me some salt, I'm a small boy, how can I eat all this? Or tomorrow you'll ask sabji, ghee, butter, sweets. He said, where will I get all these things for you? So can I make my arrangements? He said, alright, do whatever you want. So then he made a nice temple for himself. He said, come and stay with me. He said, no, you will nicely eat and you'll also make me greedy. I'll also eat very nice things, then I'll also become bogi then. And then you'll only want to do all these things. I don't want to say anything. Then where will you go? I'll go everywhere, all along Braj. But I won't stay with you. I'll just say Radhe Radhe and I'll go all over Braj. Stay at the Lord's feet or Srimati Radhika. Said Madan, he said, alright. Yes, and because I'm alone, you don't stay with me. Sanatana Goswami left, went to Nandagaon, Pavan Sarovar, sometimes Kamyavan, sometimes Chakleshwar, Mahadev in Govardhan. Go all over Braj. Because he only wants to be the maidservant of Srimati Radhika. He never wants to, then he'll never forget Krishna. Or else even if he's with Krishna, he'll forget him. So Sanatana Goswami, go all over Braj. All these Granthas, the Vaishnavas, Vantas, he has written, he has preached. He's given everyone this Sambandha Gyan. He's made everyone realize this. So yesterday was Tirubhavati, just see how he did his bhajan song. He's shown. First they do this mantra Purasharan, and after meeting Mahaprabhu, they do this Bhav Seva. and they do this Sakshat Sevadikar. Also today is Tiruvati Prabodhananda Saraswati. I'll listen tomorrow. Nandi Hari Hari Boo.